I didn't make the decision lightly. Going home for Christmas always felt like stepping back into a cage, one painted with cheerful garlands and hollow carols, but a cage all the same. My mother would pretend everything was normal, as she always did, sweeping her wine glass in little circles, while my stepfather's mood shifted like a storm front. His temper was the true holiday tradition in our house. I'd spent too many Christmas mornings trying not to flinch at the sound of his voice. So when the last of the finals were over and girls in my sorority packed their cars and hugged their boyfriends, I told everyone I was staying. I gave excuses about saving on travel, about wanting quiet time to catch up on my reading. No one questioned me. No one ever does when they hear you're staying on campus for break. It's easier for people to believe you like solitude than to consider the alternative. The sorority house felt enormous once everyone left. It had always been old, one of the first campus residences, built long before Perkiomen Valley College added new dorms and modern housing. The wooden floors creaked in familiar ways during the semester, but without footsteps, chatter, or music, the place sounded different, too hollow, too aware of itself. The first night I slept fine, or at least pretended to. The next night, just past midnight, I heard the rattling of my doorknob. Not a pipe banging or a wind-tugged draft, this was intentional. Metal clicked against metal, slow at first, then firmer, as if someone were testing the lock. I sat up, heart pounding, unable to speak. When it stopped, I waited in silence before forcing myself into the hallway. Nothing was there. The motion sensor light flickered, buzzing faintly, and at the far end of the hall, one of the portraits seemed slightly crooked, like someone had brushed past it. That was only the beginning. 3 nights later, footsteps woke me at 3 a.m. They were heavy enough to be unmistakable, steady enough to imply purpose. They paced from one end of the hallway to the other, growing louder as they approached my door. I pressed my ear against the wood and felt the vibrations of someone walking just inches away. When the steps stopped directly outside my room, I held my breath, terrified that even the sound of my lungs might give me away. A faint exhale drifted beneath the door, a slow, deliberate breath from someone kneeling there. The next day, I fled the house for the pizza shop off Main Street, the only place still open past 9 during break. My friend Alec worked there, tossing dough and burning himself on the ovens while joking around with anyone who came in. When he saw my face, he stopped mid-sentence. "You okay? You look like you saw a ghost." The words hit harder than he meant them to. I told him about the footsteps, the rattling, the feeling of being watched. He didn't laugh. Instead, he leaned closer and lowered his voice. "You ever hear about the girl who died in that house?" A cold prickle moved across my spine. I shook my head. "This was before you started," he said. "A girl stayed over Christmas break. Couldn't or didn't want to go home, something like that. She was found in the basement. Nobody knows exactly what happened. Some people said she slipped. Others said she..." He stopped, swallowing. "Well, you get it." "What was her name?" I asked, though I wasn't sure I wanted to know. He frowned, thinking. "Anna, maybe, or Emily, something common." The vague answer somehow felt worse. That night, determined to either confirm or dispel my fear, I went down to the basement with a flashlight. The air grew colder with each step. The basement was a maze of old storage boxes, unused decorations, and dusty shelves. In the far corner of the final room, I spotted a single black shoe, half covered in dust, like it had been untouched for years. When I leaned closer, my light slid across the concrete wall behind it. Jagged letters had been scratched into it. "She won't let me leave." My knees nearly buckled. As I stared, the temperature dropped sharply, enough that my breath came out in fog. Somewhere behind me, close enough to raise the fine hairs on my neck, a whisper drifted. "You stayed for me." I bolted, stumbling up the stairs 2 at a time, slamming my door and pushing my dresser in front of it. I didn't sleep, not that night or the next. The house remained active, as though something had finally realized I could hear it. Every few hours came the sound of pacing on the stairs, a soft tapping down the hallway, or that low whisper of my name curling up from the common room. By Christmas Eve, I was unraveling. My hands shook constantly. Every creak in the house made my pulse spike. And then, the worst of it. A soft voice drifting up the staircase at nearly 2 a.m., calling me downward with a fragile, lilting sweetness. I recognized something in that voice, not the tone, but the cadence. A rising, falling pattern I had spent much of my childhood trying to ignore. It reminded me of him, my stepfather, calling me downstairs late at night, usually drunk, usually angry, usually wanting someone to yell at, someone smaller, someone trapped. The realization chilled me. Had I projected those memories onto the strange noises in the house? Or worse, was someone actually here? Someone living? My phone vibrated. A text from my mother lit the screen. "He knows you didn't come home. He was enraged. Left the house last night. I thought he went to a neighbor's, but he didn't come back. Please tell me he's not there." Before I could respond, footsteps crept up the hallway again, slow, heavy. Then a shadow flickered under my door. The doorknob turned, and that was it. I grabbed my bag, shoved my laptop inside, and climbed out the second-story window onto the old fire escape. I didn't think, didn't breathe, didn't look back. I reached my car and drove until Collegeville was a receding smear in the rearview mirror. I didn't stop until I reached home, an irony that wasn't lost on me even through my terror. My stepfather wasn't there when I arrived, but my mother locked the doors anyway. The police didn't find him for 3 days. He'd taken a spill outside a bar in Royersford and been brought into the hospital. He was nowhere near campus, which meant the thing in the sorority house was never him. When winter break finally ended and I returned to Perkiomen Valley College, the quiet stopped. The house felt normal again, crowded with life and laughter. I tried to forget what happened, but one afternoon, while helping decorate for the spring semester, 2 older girls overheard a comment I made about hating to stay there alone. They exchanged a glance. "You heard her, didn't you?" one asked softly. I froze. "Heard who?" "The Christmas girl," the other replied. "She only ever shows up over break. Only a few of us ever stayed long enough to experience it. Footsteps, voices, the rattling door, always the same patterns. Some people think she's the girl who died. Others think the house just remembers loneliness." Their casual tone made my stomach drop. To them, it was a ghost story, a campus myth. To me, it had been something far more real, far more targeted. I nodded quietly and didn't argue. At the end of the conversation, one of them squeezed my arm. "If you're smart, you'll head home early next year. Whatever she wants, she only asks for it when the building's empty." I forced a smile. "Oh, trust me," I said. "Next year I'll be gone before the lights even go out." But sometimes late at night, when the house settles and a faint creak echoes down the hall, I hear it again in my memory. The whisper, the footsteps, the rattling doorknob, and I know without a doubt that she'll be waiting when Christmas comes again.